Hello, I'm Kylie from Karatani. In this video, I'd like to talk about what solids you can give your baby and how much to give. You might remember the days when you had to start your baby only on cereals. Well, there have been some changes. Today we recommend to start with a variety of foods, as long as it's puree. At Karatani, we suggest starting with iron-fortified cereals, meat, poultry, fish, vegetables, and legumes and tofu. I often tell parents to introduce fruit after some of these other foods, as children will often prefer sweet foods, and we want to encourage a larger variety of food interests. When your baby has had their first foods, they may not eat very much, only 1 to 2 teaspoons, and that's okay. Have a look at your baby's cues for when they've had enough. Cues like, are they looking away now? Are they no longer opening their mouth for the spoon? Or are they spitting the food back out? If they display any of these behaviours, they might be trying to tell you they've had enough. Be guided by what they are showing you. Remember that milk at this time is still the most important source of nutrition, and they are just now learning about new textures and new tastes and how to eat them. You can then increase the offering to a wide variety of tastes and textures, such as breads and cereals, legumes, meat alternatives, milk and dairy, and small pieces of fresh fruits. Their appetite and taste will grow over time. If baby is eating well, you can start offering more lumpy foods and moving away from puree. Generally, over the age of 8 months, your baby can now have finger foods. It is important that your baby progresses with their food textures. As a guide, by around 12 months of age, babies can be encouraged to eat family foods. This might be about a half to a cup of food, 3 meals a day with 2 smaller snacks, so that by 12 months they are eating nutritional family meals. Much like us, some days they will be hungrier than others. As parents, we choose the types of food we offer our children. It is then up to them to decide how much they eat. We recommend to offer a wide variety of food, but avoid force feeding or having lots of arguments at meal times. We want meals to be a positive experience for the whole family. For the first 12 months, the only foods you cannot give your baby are honey and raw eggs. Avoid herbal teas and soft drink. And avoid any food that presents a choking hazard, like nuts or chunks of raw foods like carrot, apple and celery. So remember that foods can be introduced in any order and in amounts that suit your baby's energy needs. Start with 1 to 2 teaspoons of food once a day and build from there. Some days they will eat more, some days they will eat less. There is no need to force food into them. Look for signs when your baby has had enough. Typical I've had enough signs are turning or looking away, pushing food out of their mouth, closing their mouth, and playing with or throwing food. The best way to determine how your baby is adapting to new foods and new portion sizes is to observe their behaviour during mealtime and watch for your baby's cues.